Hey guys, so I'm back with a quick little video that's not going to be quick or little because it never is because I talk too much. And it's essentially going to be about the ways that psychedelics have helped me. The various ways they have changed me as a person, the various ways they've improved my life, my ability to live life, my decision making, my friendships, my emotions, etc., etc. Now, I'll preface this by saying that my last video touched upon microdosing LSD, and I did do that for a while, but it was just impossible for me to keep up for various reasons, one including money to buy it, and source, and yeah, just a bunch of variables. But I'll talk briefly about what I have gained from that short experience. It's kind of like taking a limitless pill every day, or so it felt for me. It was like you felt sharper, more in touch with yourself, more in touch with your emotions. You way better ability to focus. It was like good Adderall. Like Adderall has this feeling of like forcing you to focus, whereas LSD is more so like you want to, if that makes sense. It was like clear, and I don't even want to compare those two because they're clearly like just different worlds, but the focus aspect, I guess, like the interest in little things, like taking the time to like wash my hands and like taking the time to listen to a song that somebody shows me instead of just brushing it off and getting like bored about it. So I was definitely more appreciative of things and of time. Time went by a lot more slowly for me because I was just taking time to do things. I was way more in the moment, so much easier. My confidence was great because I was able to look at myself and really see myself. And yeah, I definitely like improved my mood for a good amount of time. And even now, like I think it led into a different experience, which was me for the first time in a year or over a year going back to psilocybin mushrooms. So that was quite the time. I did it with my friend, and maybe I'll insert, like, we made a little video. Maybe I'll insert some of it, but if I don't, basically what happened was we made it into a tea. It looked like a tiny amount. We didn't have a scale. Very responsible. Do never do that. Don't eyeball it. But this looked like objectively like a very small amount. Like it looked like none of us were even going to get high. So that was the mindset we went into it with, that it wasn't even going to work. And we grinded it up, put it into a tea, split the tea in half, like did 50-50. Added some lemon into it, which is supposed to potentiate the effects. It's called lemon teching. You can Google it. But within 15 minutes, I was feeling the effects. Within 30 to 45, time became irrelevant. I didn't even know how to keep track of time. But it was very intense, and I was laughing and laughing and laughing my ass off. We were looking at an art book, appreciating art. I was staring at this tree above me, and could only really lie down flat. I was outside in her backyard, and I couldn't sit up because it was so overwhelming. Like there was so much stimuli that I was taking in that I'd forgotten, I guess. It's kind of like all your kind of like blockers come down, so it's like full stimuli, and because it's a tea, it hits you way faster, and your peak kind of like, you don't have like a very gradual peak. It's kind of like a very intense, like you're high. So it's a different experience altogether. It also ends a lot faster too. But it's kind of the equivalent of snorting shrooms. If shrooms could be snorted, I guess. That's kind of a bad comparison, but yeah. So I was staring at the sky, I was staring at the tree, I was staring at the sun behind the tree. I had a lot of cool revelations. A lot of it was spent listening to my friend, which I love. And I didn't feel the need to talk. I loved listening to her. I loved experiencing somebody else's kind of perspective on what was going on in their lives. And little things would come into my head about my life, but it wasn't so like overpowering that I would like sit and have to think about it. But I did get this cool feeling of me kind of being like a brave soul. Like I was very like keeping it together for what was going on. Like I was really tripping, but I was very like had this cool, confident persona. I was like, everything's good. Like life is easy. Like blah blah blah. I felt so like suave about it all. And at that moment of thinking that, the sun came out from behind the tree and was like shining on me, and I kid you not, I felt like I was Aslan from Narnia, the lion from Narnia. That was me. And the red hair helps, but I just had this image of myself. I'm like, I'm Aslan. It was like a giant ego boost. Like, considering you're supposed to lose your ego on mushrooms, That definitely boosted my ego quite a lot. No, but it was just like a nice feeling to have confidence in myself. It wasn't like arrogance. It was just like, yeah, I can do this. Like, I can do life. Like, I've been through a lot, subjectively, and I can keep doing it. So after that, a lot of things changed. I no longer felt the need. This was probably August, let's say 5th. I'm just making that up. It was about a month ago. And before that, I was going out a lot. I was staying out till like 5 in the morning, sometimes 6 in the morning. That was like the usual. 8 in the morning, I was staying up till. It was insanity. And I think I was doing it because I was bored. It's really a simple reason. I was bored, chronically bored. I didn't have meaning in life. I didn't have a direction. School hadn't started yet. It just started today. I was just like a wandering kid who wanted to get some kind of thrill seek. So I was doing that for a long time, but it still had this dark vibe to it. Like, I knew that I wasn't supposed to be doing that. Like, it wasn't productive. I was meeting people that are not the most, I don't know, they were great people, but it was like, I'm not relating to them. I don't know how to explain it. See, it sounds condescending if I say anything. I think literally it's just that we were really different, and I think I was forcing us to be, the situation was forcing us to come together, when in real life, like, we're very different people. We have different views in life, and like, we enjoy different things. Like, they will never find that dark. They would find that fun, and that's like props to them, because the part of me really wants that for sure. But I just can't help but feel like this isn't where I'm supposed to be. That's as simple as it is. It's not where I'm supposed to be, and it's where they are supposed to be or like to be. So I got myself out of that situation. It was so easy after mushrooms. I didn't drink alcohol. I felt no need to drink alcohol. I felt no need to thrill seek. I felt no need to stay out late. I just wanted to like have wholesome activities, like go to the park and like be with my family and friends. And that's lasted up to this day. I literally haven't gone out, like barely, except for like maybe leaving at like 1 a.m. So that's big for me. Before that, I was having a little bout of panic attacks and anxiety, and nothing as severe as it's ever been, ever. But maybe it was hitting that 1 year mark since I last did shrooms. It was almost like okay, it's about time, like re-up. But yeah, I was starting to get into those, really like anxious about my relationship. I didn't know why, with my boyfriend, and things bothering with my family. And I took this, and ever since then, have not give a shit about my family. That's a whole nother story. And with my boyfriend, things have just gotten so much better. I've started really analyzing why I feel the way I feel, what my potential reactions will be, and what they mean. And I've explained it to my boyfriend just so he won't take things personally. And I haven't had anything severe since. Like, literally nothing. I've been happy. I've been like less anxious, less jealous, less paranoid. More productive. I've read 3 books. It's just been an excess of positive effects that are so distinct from before and after that anybody can see it. That anybody in my life, especially somebody as close to me as my boyfriend, can probably say that there was some difference between before and after. Even if they won't agree that it was the mushrooms that did it, there's a clear correlation between pre-mushroom and post-mushroom. And I know it's mushrooms. So, yeah, that's pretty much been life. Psychedelics have helped me in so many ways. First time around, it was a lot to do with feeling emotion. When I was younger, before I did any psychedelics at all, I could not cry. I literally could not face my emotions. I was so numb about everything. Nothing would faze me. I was just very, like, blasé. And now I can't stop crying over everything. It's like I opened some kind of, like, faucet in my brain that was, like, now I can feel everything very intensely, which is so good for, like, positive emotions, like love and friendship and just, like, adoration. But it's so scary because it's, like, it's, like, really stimulating. And I cry over the smallest things. I cry because I care about somebody so much. I cry literally all the time. At, like, what movie did I watch? Guardians of the Galaxy. I was crying on the plane. Like, Nemo, I'll cry. Like, give me any movie. I'll find something to cry about. Batman, I'd probably cry. But, I like it that way. It feels like I'm a little bit more real, if that makes sense. A little bit more in life than I was beforehand. And I'd never trade that, ever. So, yeah, that was my experience. I'll keep updating you. Obviously, this is something so beautiful in my life and important that I'll always have something to say about it forever. It's changed me. It's made me. It saved me, honestly. So saved me. So, yeah.